Үндэсний том хөтөлбөртэй хамтдаа үзэгч та бүхэндээ баярлалаа. Том хөтөлбөр англи хэл дээр хүрдэг мэдээллийн хөтөлбөрөөр үргэлжлэх болно.
Good evening and welcome to NTV English News. I'm Karina Mende. The Mongolian government is seeking a large investment in the coal sector. The Ministry of Minerals and Energy want to organise an international forum to attract foreign investment.
Coal deposits were first discovered in Mongolia by Soviet geologists. During the communist regime, Mongolia's coal sector was largely reliant on the Soviet government. India, South Korea, Japan, and China are the leading importers of coal in the world. Energy experts say it is risky to depend solely on the Chinese market and recommend the government should export coal to South Korea and Japan. However, that would mean building a railway across the country, which would require large foreign investment. Currently, the state-owned railway transports 20 to 25 million tons of coal per year. More than 170 companies from 12 different countries expressed their interest to attend the international forum. The Mongolian government hopes to find investors to finance a coal processing plant.
More than 500 police officials were injured during the July 1st riots in 2008. One of the officers died due to complications related to his injury earlier this week.
While patrolling the riot, the officer suffered a severe wound to the head. Other police officers have come forward to complain of symptoms such as fainting and poor eyesight. Following the riot, the injured police officers received a compensation of 600,000 tugriks. However, that was not enough to cover all of their medical costs. One officer accumulated 60 million tugriks worth of injuries. Families of the injured officers are demanding the government to pay more compensation. During the riot, 4 people were shot to death and 1 person died due to smoke inhalation in the MPRP building. Civil society organization and families of the departed are demanding the government punish officials responsible for the shootings. State prosecutors are reviewing the case.
Emergency officials have successfully removed the 2 oil tankers that sunk to the bottom of Huskol Lake. Officials confirmed that there was no oil spill at the accident site.
The 2 oil tankers were en route to Sagan Nordsom. 1 driver died at the scene of the accident. Emergency officials, in coordination with the NIC company, worked day and night in freezing cold temperatures to remove the gasoline and pull the tankers from the lake. Hovskul Lake is the second largest freshwater lake in Asia. It holds almost 70% of Mongolia's fresh water and 0.4% of all fresh water in the world. The successful completion of the operation was highly praised by the government. In the past few years, the State Emergency Agency has provided the necessary equipment to carry out emergency operations.
Earlier this week, the Mongolian government evacuated its citizens from Egypt following the mass protest which toppled the Mubarak regime.
The Mongolian embassy spent more than 190 million tugriks evacuating 45 Mongolian expats to Kuwait. The revolution toppled Mubarak's regime that ruled the country for more than 30 years. Mubarak announced his resignation last week, and the Egyptian Army's Supreme Council seized control. Foreign media reported there were incidents of attack against foreigners. However, no Mongolians were hurt during the conflict. Mongolia established diplomatic relations with Egypt in 1963, and the Mongolian embassy opened in Cairo in 1967. Since 1990, more than 600 Mongolian citizens have studied in Egypt.
Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of NTV English News.
Өдөр одож байгаа 7 хоногийн онцлог үйл явдлуудыг та бүхэнд томилон хүрэхэд юм байна. Эх 7 хоногт цагтаа уулзлаа. Баяртай үзэгчдээ.